This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
The Batcats hosting Alabama at the Cliff today. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Cats won 3-2 last night. Today another close one. Top 3 all tied at 1 apiece. Zach Rex, what you got?
Hit hard, Rex.
Oh, I got some good defense. Lays out, steals a hit from Cody Henry. Let's go bottom 9th. Bases loaded, now tied at 2. Riley Mahan.
High and deep. Slummy. Go back, look up. Good night. That's the way to end a ball game if you're the Kentucky Wildcats.
Mahan with a walk-off grand salami. Cats win it 6-2. They'll go for the 3-game sweep tomorrow. The 15th ranked softball Cats at number 9 LSU. Straight to the 7th inning, no score. Bases loaded. Silver Samuel, what you got? I got some gold for you. Knocks one straight into center field. That'll score run number 1, just her 5th RBI of the season. That's the only hit the Cats had. That's the only run the Cats had, and that's all the Cats needed because Kelsey Nunley was dealing in the circle. Strikes out Bianca Bell, looking a complete game shutout for Nunley. Cats win 1-0. This past Wednesday, Cumberlands baseball head coach Brad Shelton became the school's all-time leader in wins with 503. Josh McKinney with the guy who's won more baseball games than anyone else at UC.
When it comes to numbers and sports, maybe no sport loves its stats as much as baseball. And when it comes to baseball at the University of the Cumberlands, no coach has ever won more games than Brad Shelton.
Just the ability to grind. He goes through, baseball is such an up and down sport, and he's very level-headed through it all, pushes his guys, recruits really well, and pushes us as players to be better not only on the field but off the field, which in turn helps us be better people.
Shelton is currently in his 15th season with the Patriots and credits a lot of his success to 2 men who were never involved in baseball.
My dad was a farmer, and I learned a work ethic from him that has helped me to be successful, I think. My grandfather ran a gas station, and to see how he treated people and just the way he cared about his customers and those kind of things, I really think I learned the most that has prepared me to be successful from those 2 men, and they didn't really know a lot about baseball, you know. So.
And he hopes what he has learned from them, his players can learn from him.
I just always wanted to be a coach who would just let his guys play the game and not have to worry about making a mistake and just really play with the relaxed intensity. They can just go out there and give it everything they've got, not worry about being embarrassed, you know.
With each win, Shelton builds upon his already record-setting resume, but leaves an everlasting mark on a program and its players with each pitch. In Williamsburg, Josh McKinney, WYMT Mountain Sports.
Let's see if the Patriots could add another win to the Coach Shelton resume. Cumberland's hosting Mid-South rival Georgetown. Top 4, Hector Marmol scores his 2nd run of the game on another double by Georgetown. Tigers lead 3-0 later in the 4th. Chaz Meadows drives home another run with an RBI single, part of a 3-run inning for the Tigers. G-Town wins game 1 of this weekend series 10-2. It was a cold day across the East Coast. Morehead State at Xavier. Yeah, these girls are very cold. Sophomore Damian Richard gave up 3 runs in the 3rd inning, and 2 of those came off of this Trevor Snyder double down the left field line and into the corner, allowing Reed Leonard and Jesus Carrera to score. The next batter was Hunter Fain. He squeezes this single through the left field side. That'll score the 3rd run, and that's all they would need because, well, Aaron Lashir was dealing. He got the win, goes 7 innings, gives up just 3 hits, no earned runs. He also struck out 11, and the Head wins 3-1 over Xavier. Well, the Reds lose their first game of the season last night, dropping 6-5 to the Pirates. The 2 back at it today, and just like everywhere else in the East, it was a bit chilly in the chilly capital of the world. 38 degrees for first pitch. Pittsburgh with a chance to start the season 5-0 for the first time since 1983. Bottom 1, Eugenio Suarez singles to right. Billy Hamilton come on in. 1 of 2 hits for Suarez on the day. 1-0 Reds. All right, I said he had 1 hit. Here's the 2nd hit. Bottom 7th, man on for Suarez, and that ball is gone. A bomb to center, a 2-run shot, and the Reds win 5-1. Day 3 of the Masters, Jordan Spieth came in with the 36-hole lead, but wasn't his best in Saturday's third round. Still got the 54-hole lead going into Sunday, but who will he be paired up with? The Smiley guy. Oh, you haven't heard of him? The Smiley guy? Smiley Kaufman, this guy right here. That's because he's playing in his first Masters. He carded a 69 for the day. Dude is just 24 years old. Spieth, he did not have a lot to smile about. Shot a 1 over par, including a double bogey on the 18th. It'll be Green Jacket Day tomorrow at Augusta National. Some of the best boys and girls high school basketball players across the state of Kentucky taking on some of the best from Ohio. Tonight, Kentucky-Ohio All-Star Game at Thomas More College. Future Xavier Musketeer Quentin Gooden wasting no time getting the show started. And then later, Gooden throwing the oop to Mr. Basketball himself, Carson Williams. Later, it's New Cats Ben Wire. He goes back-to-back on the 3-ball from basically the same exact spot. He's going to Bellarmine next season. Gooden, though, one more time. A little behind the back action to Williams. He was named the MVP of the Kentucky team. Nice showing for Kentucky, but it wasn't enough. 94-92. Ohio wins the game. Now to the girls' battle at the border. 3 coverage area girls participated in the event, but we start with the MVP of the game, Lakota East's Samantha Rogers. She scored 12 points and will play for Cincinnati next season. North Laurel's Kayla Bruner scored 8 points. Jenkins Whitney Creech had 4. Take a look at the scoreboard. Southwestern Samantha Fitzgerald, she played, but she didn't score. The Ohio girls won the game 76-71. The Warriors at the Grizzlies tonight. Golden State chasing that Bulls wins record of 72. Fourth quarter, Grizz up 3. Draymond Green showing the muscles, bruh. Later, Stephen Curry driving. Now he misses, but Green there for the tip back. They would review this play. They say we're going to count it. Golden State leads 100-99. 8 seconds to go. Lance Stevenson. No. Lance Stevenson. No. No, that won't go either. The Warriors hold on to win it 100-99. The Warriors go to San Antonio tomorrow. If they beat the Spurs, that'll tie the 95-96 Bulls record of 72 wins, and then they'll host Memphis again Wednesday for the regular season finale to try to eclipse that prestigious mark of 72 wins. That's sports. We'll be back.